Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 654 of FloWrestling Radio Live, the Mountaineer edition. We're all repping. We're WV'd out, except for Bracky, who is more subtle in his approach.
You guys look good.
We all have West Virginia University shirts on.
I love it.
In honor of Bracky's last show. Shout out to Coach Cody Walters for the hookup. He sent those up.
Oh dang, you hooked you guys up.
I reached out. I said, "Hey man, we want a free pub and send you out right." Bracky went with the first day of school edition WV shirt. It's very nice, classy touch.
Fire.
And man, I feel like this is great. You know, we're gonna have a lot to discuss on your last show. We've got a little special surprise, and we've got an alien hour from Bracky coming. Ooh. But first, the news dump of all news dumps. I mean, the biggest one ever, I guess at least on Thursday, normally a true news dump is we don't even know anything about it, and then it happens on Friday or Thursday at like 10 a.m., and then we have to wait 4 days to talk about it. Yeah. At least Thursday, we said, hey, this is a very real thing, that Rob Koll could go to Stanford. Sure heck no. Well, Ben didn't believe us at all for 1 second. He called it fake news. But it happened. Ben, your initial thoughts on this move?
Yeah, I mean, it's Rob Koll's been, I just saw an email that said 32 years. I don't know if that's his total as a head coach or and assistant coach.
27 as a head, 32 as assistant.
So it felt like, man, I don't want to say getting close to retirement age, but it's like do another 5 years and you're done and go live on a beach somewhere. And he had such a good team. I mean, we've been talking about how good this Cornell team was going to be this year. They didn't get to wrestle. Next year, probably the year after that. I mean, they're going to have a couple really good teams in a row. And so the fact that he's not going to see the fruits of those labors through, kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, so I think how seismic this move is cannot be understated. Rob Koll and his legacy at Cornell is pretty close to immaculate. And the impact that he had not only at Cornell, taking a program from literally, you cannot get more ground floor. You cannot get lower than the Cornell program was. To build it up, to be creative and figure out a way with the academic institution and figure out how to get kids in and figure out how to build support within the university, where it's just hard to win and be elite in the Ivy Leagues in a lot of different sports. And look around, look at the impact. If you look at the EIWA and the other Ivy League schools in particular, you cannot say that they didn't inspire and somehow, show, hey, you can really win at the Ivy League. Look at what they're doing at Penn. Look at what they're doing at Princeton. Columbia's building. Brown is really well supported. That impact, one, that's just like from the program perspective. Then you have the wrestling perspective and the amazing guys that have come through there with Kyle Dake, who is, finally, he's their obviously the best wrestler in Cornell history. He's just made an Olympic team. He's a two-time world champion. You got the Travis Lees, you got the Jordan Leans, you've got Bozaks and Simazes and on, Nickerson. And I think one of the biggest impacts, and maybe that is discussed the least, is the coaching tree impact from Rob Koll. Mm-hmm. You've got Brian Smith, coached under Ruckel, Troy Nickerson, Steve Garland, Damian Hahn, Mike Gray now. I'm forgetting some others. Matt Azevedo. Jeremy
Jordan
Spates.
High-level assistant.
Jordan Lean. So this guy has not only developed wrestlers, but this is a system builder. This is a builder overall, and a guy who I think, one, he's a great coach of coaches, but two, I think he's a great identifier of coaching talent in addition to wrestling talent. And he's a great delegator and manager, and he knows how to put guys in the right spots. And that's why Cornell has had this sustained success year after year after year. And so he's built this incredible thing. And it's so surprising to see him walk away from it, because in everyone's mind, and the minds of Cornell, was he's going to coach, he's going to finish up, and then after Kyle Dake's competitive career, there's going to be a handoff, and Kyle Dake will be the next head coach of Cornell. That was just the prevailing thought. That was the thought, and that's why so many assistants you've seen them go. Like Coach Hahn felt, I'm sure, like, man, I want to be a head coach, but Rob's not going anywhere. And then when he does, it's probably going to be when it's time for Dake to go over.
Yes.
Because think about it from Cornell's perspective. You don't want to be Iowa State, losing. Well, Iowa State, their main coaching claim to fame is that they lost both Dan Gable and Cale Sanderson, right? You can't let this transcendent guy potentially go. So, you've seen a lot of guys go and move on to the next thing. And then within the span of a week, Rob's at Stanford. And it's very real, and he's gone. And then, boom, Mike Gray, who starts the week, he's going to Guatemala to coach Vito and Dake. And next thing you know, you're the head coach at Cornell. Your dream job, a school where you attended and you achieved All-American honors, and you've been building this incredible coaching resume for yourself. And now Mike Gray, the next head coach. I don't know what's a bigger story. I guess it's Koll leaving, but that Mike Gray is now the head coach at Stanford or at Cornell is a huge story as well. So I'm excited. I think it's an exciting time because Koll is not. If there was any questions about, hey, how preserved is wrestling at Stanford, look no further than the fact that Rob Koll's going there, right?
Yeah.
There's not going to be any takebacks here with Stanford. I don't think Rob would ever consider it if that were not the case. So I think it's huge. I think it's, on the one hand, and I think I tweeted this and maybe even said it on the show, you would have loved to see Ray Blake get that job. But as I mentioned, they ruffled all the administrative feathers they could in pursuit of preserving the program. And in so doing, they probably hurt some feelings, and good for them for doing so. And shame on the administration for getting in their feelings when, you tried to cut a successful program. So shame on them, but these are people with fragile egos, I'm sure. And so they didn't want to see Ray. But it does make me feel a little better about the decision, because if they went outside hire and it was, okay, someone, that's fine, but it should have went to Ray. But you're literally bringing in one of the 2 or 3 best coaches in college wrestling, right? How can you not do that? How can you not say, okay, I at least understand it, even though there's a sentimental part where you would want to see him remain.
So do you think Rob reached out to Stanford, or do you think Stanford reached out to Rob?
So
which way do you think he went? Or did
I kind of alluded to this last week. Rob is close with Galli from their time at UNC.
Oh, yeah.
So they reached out to him. I don't think Rob, but my understanding is, and actually Mike talks about it on his interview with Bader, that Stanford reached out to Rob. So I don't think he was looking, but I don't know if Rob was like,
Make me an offer.
Yeah, exactly. So,
do you think Rob's able to keep all the people who are there and then intending to leave? Do you think he's gonna be able to get that done in the next, I don't know, week? What we're talking?
Rob believes he will. He went on Justin Bash's podcast and said, "Hey," and by the way, Rob's coming on the Bader show today.
Yeah.
And Kyle Klingman almost got an interview out of him at U23s. I think Klingman pestered him, and he almost did it, but I don't blame him. He didn't want to do an interview about the Stanford job while he's there literally coaching Cornell athletes. So probably good judgment by Coach Koll to do that. But he said, hey, I wouldn't be coming if they weren't staying, and they said they were staying. So it sounds like they're gonna remain. That's Abbas, that's Shane Griffith, that's
Real
Woods. So that's seismic too, right? That those guys are gonna remain, because they haven't been able to recruit anyone, because what do you recruit? You can't recruit to a program that doesn't exist potentially.
Yeah.
So now they're back. They're in the mix. At least they have a foundation. The cupboard's not going to be bare when he goes there.
What about the possibility that I mentioned last week when I was surely joking, but now I'm thinking like, wow, what about the possibilities of Cornell wrestlers having multiple years of eligibility to use and them graduating? And I think Cornell said they could have one more year, or the Ivy said they could have one more year. Could we see one of them or a couple of them head out that way?
I don't think so. Koll said he will not recruit Cornell.
Yeah, but
he says
he's not going to recruit them if they're graduating, and they can't wrestle.
Oh yeah, perhaps then.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe you would see it at that point.
Because, like, for example, Yanni has 2 years of eligibility left, and he's got to be getting really damn close to graduation. Are they going to let him go all the way through?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah. I'm not sure what they'll do. And so I'm curious who's going to be on his staff. I can't imagine.
I heard a rumor.
Okay.
Jason Nolf. Did you hear the rumor?
I've heard that.
Yeah, I heard that too.
He was acting like he wanted to hire Chenzo on the spot on his interview with Bash. We may have just witnessed the interview there. The interesting thing was it sounded like Nolf had real interest in Stanford when he was being recruited, and obviously didn't go there. So maybe there's a little bit of a pool there. I would make sense. Jason Nolf's apparently genius level smart, straight 4.0 student all through high school. I can see that. College. Yeah, he seemed very, very smart. Hey, let's get real quick. I haven't even properly. I didn't do my introductions. I normally do. I say the thing. I do this. I say I'm joined as always by blah blah blah. But I got distracted with the WVU thing, and I completely neglected our good friends at the back table. We have a special guest. Ryan Colby Paxton is here. He is of Flow football fame. If you can see his arms, that would be more evident. He once tackled or tried to tackle Adrian Peterson in a football practice. Confirm or deny?
No, I deny. I tried to take the ball away, and it went really poorly for me.
Okay.
I retired from the sport shortly after that.
But he was on the Oklahoma football team. And then Ollie is a legendary hand fighter. So some athletic excellence in the back table.
Hey, Ollie stole my shirt, too. I just want to mention that.
Yeah.
That's not true.
There was an XL and a medium, and he left me with the schmedium. So
okay, all right, that is true. I did that.
For real, Ollie.
Well, hold on. Here's what happened. Ollie, before you explain what happened, let me explain. I'm gonna own this real quick. Okay, so there was a large, a medium, and an XL, which were the prescribed sizes I asked for. But I didn't like the way the medium looked, so I took it and I left the I took the large. Which is currently being worn by here's mine.
Listen, you see my confusion now.
Yeah.
You see and then if I walk in, right, and I go in and I ordered a large from the man, I see an XL or a medium.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, I'll take the XL. You know what I mean? That was my thing.
Yeah, I don't blame you anymore. I blame you.
Now, also, just knowing what I know now, if we were in this situation and I knew it wasn't mine, don't give me credit yet, I still would have taken that extra large. You have a lot less to lose than I do with a shirt that's too small. You have a lot to gain with a shirt that's too small.
You look jacked, Colby.
Yeah, Colby, that shirt fits you
Muscles
perfectly.
Marinat over here is mad that he has a shirt that's too small. His biceps are popping on global internet TV. And
I kind of want to see him hand fight you, to be honest, right now, Ollie. He's looking jacked. I think he could take you in a hand fight.
I think he'd snap you down.
You guys think this is the first big guy that I would have had to hand fight? Okay, Ben, you think I'm scared of biceps? I'm comfortable around these guns, okay? I'm fine right now. But my belly would have been hanging out of the medium, so he can take it and let his biceps hang out.
I'll tell you this, this large and that medium are the exact same size. That's why I took it. I put them on there.
And also, Christian, it's not cool that you got two grays sitting next to each other. It'd be much better if you had the gray and there was a blue and gray.
Yeah, that's true.
Switch spots.
No.
No.
Hey, no, Ben, you come to Austin and switch tables.
I want Ollie to go sit in Christian's spot and then do the board and say, "King of the castle, king of the castle."
la. You cannot get this.
I'm the FRL master now.
Oh my gosh! All right, that would have been great. So shout out to Colby for hopping on for Bracky's last show. Okay, so the questions are there's many. It's like, why would Rob leave this situation? You have to imagine everything going on at Cornell the last year had him looking. It's not just the opportunity at Stanford. I think the way things went at Cornell his last year and change with, the the way their season ended, and they pointed everything at this year that they didn't get, right? That would have been their window. And you look at how things could have gone without all the Iowa guys getting extra years or whatever. These next 2 years, they could have really contended, and now they're not going to contend. And then the Deans leave because, they wanted a guaranteed season, and they couldn't guarantee the season. And I think just some of the Ivy restrictions and everything that was going on, he felt like there's a better opportunity, and man, it's a good one for him. And for Gray, I think he was a logical choice, right? I think this guy just lives coaching. He loves being a coach. He loves getting on the mat. But the dynamic is going to be interesting because, Koll being the master delegator manager had Mike in the exact role where he's basically running the room. He's technically pristine. So how does Coach Gray now, learning from the Yoda level master, how does he carry on that role? Does he take on more of a CEO type of role, or does he find someone to maybe manage that aspect so he can be the hands-on guy? I don't know how he's going to do it, but that's one thing on my mind. And he's got a staff to build out because who's left, right? Gabe's gone, and Rob's gone.
And Rob's gone.
So now it's Mike, right?
Yeah, and who else? There's got to be someone else there.
What?
I think Dake was listed as a volunteer, wasn't he?
Dake's on staff, or he was on staff. Dake's kind of been on staff, off staff.
Yeah.
Guy can't hold a job. It's really...
Yeah, and the most recent website posting, it was Rob Koll, Mike Gray, Kyle Dake as a volunteer.
Okay. So Dake's probably a little preoccupied trying to, fulfill his lifelong dream of winning the Olympics. So he's probably not super available. So yeah, Coach Gray's going to have to get
2 new guys. And with everyone that just left, I feel like it's going to be kind of, like Damien just left, was it a year ago or 2 years ago? It wasn't long. And then Simaz left with Damien, correct?
Well, Simaz had been gone.
I think he'd been, yeah.
He was back in Michigan, I believe.
Okay.
I wonder if Coach Hahn's like, dang, I should have stuck
Seriously.
around. Who should Mike Gray's first phone call be to? Will it be someone? Do you think he'd go after Lean?
Why would Lean? I mean, I feel Lean's in a great spot in Pittsburgh.
I do too.
And obviously, I mean, the other thing you got to think about there is with Mike Gray being so young, unless he F's it up.
Right.
And if he F's it up, you don't want to be his assistant if he's messing it up. But if he doesn't mess it up, he might be there for, 25, 30 years.
Right.
He's significantly younger than I am. He's got to be, in his early 30s?
Yeah, he's a little younger. He graduated in 2011 from Cornell.
So, yeah, I'm 36, so 32, 33, somewhere in there. I mean, so Lean's older than him. So you got to think any of these, older guys like that, like Jordan Lean probably wants to be a head coach.
Right.
So why would he take a spot behind, Mike Gray, where he's, if Mike Gray does a good job, he's going to be there for a very long time.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be a huge story who fills out these staffs, because the Cornell assistant spot has been, everyone talks about all the various coaching trees, but no one ever, I feel like infrequently brings up the Rob Koll coaching tree, which, maybe
That's
shame on us for not bringing it up, but it's insane.
It's definitely your fault.
And, it is probably my fault. I'll own it.
I didn't realize it was so good, and you started listening. I'm like, damn, you're right. I mean, that 6 or 7 head coaches, pretty impressive.
Yeah. Current head
Bray
coaches.
has a spreadsheet of a bunch of the coaching trees. I wonder if he has Cole's on there.
Yeah, I mean, six Division I head coaches. That's got to be up there. I'm sure John Smith is probably the only
Smith's gotta
active
be
one
number
that's
one.
bigger. I mean,
Yeah.
Gables is obviously expansive, but
Yeah.
he doesn't coach anymore.
Yeah, man. When you look back to, so I'm looking back on Cornell's website through the coaching staff. Going back a handful of years, it's all Damien Hahn, Gabe Dean, Mike Gray, Kyle Dake. I mean, you're gonna have to go back a long ways till you find someone else on there.
Yes. And I shout out to Cornell, because I was like, all right, I had the list of their coaches, but I wanted to go back and make sure I didn't miss anyone. And they have all their rosters from all time, or at least
Yeah.
I went back to the early 90s. You could see their coaching staff back then.
Bro, they got till 1948.
Yeah. I didn't even know they had the internet then. which is crazy. Hey, do you know that one thing I learned, Douglas Dake was an assistant coach at Cornell for.
Oh, I didn't know that.
In like
I
the
think
early
he was
90s.
a pretty good wrestler, right? I mean, I thought he was
He's
pretty
an
solid.
All-American, I think, at Kent State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're from Ohio originally, I believe.
This is Kyle's dad for anyone who doesn't know.
Kyle's father, Doug. If you didn't figure that out. Early recruiting violation, hiring dads. Wow, he knew it. Rob had the premonition in 1990 that Doug would have a fantastic wrestler.
Yep. I went back to 1997, 98. Oh, 96, 95, 96. Head assistant coach Brian Smith.
Yes. Pretty amazing.
That's wild.
So yeah, who knows?
Who is he gonna? Is Ray Blake gonna stay on at Stanford, or is he gone?
I am assuming that Coach Koll is going to build his staff how. This is a total guess, but I'm guessing no. I think they're probably going to be gone. Kerry McCoy is interesting because he works for the RTC, so I'm sure Coach Koll is going to want to have a built-out RTC. That was a priority for him at Cornell, and seems like Coach McCoy would be a good candidate to maintain that position.
Yeah.
That's some coffee mug you got there, Ben.
What's he working with?
It's a big one.
Chalice.
Wow.
Chalice.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Chalice cradle. More like. Wade Chalice. Hey.
The originator of funk.
Tom Shiflett was the head coach at UNCG, correct?
Who is that? I've heard of Tom Shiflett.
That was the Hofstra head coach for a minute, too.
I thought he was at Hofstra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought he was at UNCG, but I could be wrong.
I mean, he could have been at two places. He could have coached at two places. People do.
Possible. Definitely possible.
Plausible. But if there's one thing I know, it's Hofstra coaches, and he was one of them.
Can we talk about the U23s, or do we got to talk about Pan Ams?
Well, I want to talk about Pan Ams only as far as what it
was a bloodbath.
It was the most predictable bloodbath of all time because Cuba wasn't there. And
why didn't Cuba show up?
Where was Cuba?
Cuba is 90 miles south of Florida.
No.
Oh. I don't know where they were. Obviously they are a financially strapped federation program, right? And they don't get to go. That's why, you'll see at Worlds they'll only send for the Olympic weight sometimes. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know why they weren't able to go. Could be a COVID thing, but. Certainly, they make the brackets go from really, really weak to sort of a dual meet against Cuba. So at least you get that, but still, albeit very weak. But
I feel like usually there's at least a few Americans wrestling for other countries like Canada or Puerto Rico or somewhere. We're at least gonna have a couple.
There was
tough
some
matches.
of that.
No, a little bit.
Sebastian Rivera was there.
He beat Dexter Bats.
Dagger. Jeez, Bracky, how rude.
You get it?
I'm just saying.
Colby doesn't get it.
Colby doesn't know it. Even Dexter.
You don't have to explain the jokes to me.
Dexter Bats broke our hearts. He's the reason we're not. Well, he's one of the reasons we're not at the Olympic Games at 65. Is Zane took him down and tried a leg lace and got pinned in a match he was likely to win. So that was very, very sad. So. And Nestor Taffer was there. I don't know if I mentioned that. So there's some presence.
Where's Franklin Gomez? Was he not there?
No. I don't know where he was. So it was super, super weak. So my question is this enough? I mean, you look at last Olympics.
What do you mean by enough? What do you mean by enough?
All right. If this is our only competition before the Olympic Games, is that enough? I mean, they'd have been better off. I'm not kidding. They'd have got tougher competition at U23s, no question about it.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, so...
Jakori?
Absolutely.
Jakori's at
we got to talk about Jakori.
Oh, a whole lot.
Okay, we're going.
A whole lot.
He is, love him. So, if you look at 2016, we went to, I'm not sure which, I think it may have been Zilkowski, but I'm not sure. But we went to a really tough tournament before the Olympic Games in Rio. And that's where Snyder wrestled Gazimov. He lost to Gazimov. He would later beat him in the Olympic finals. We got some real tough competition. I think Burroughs may have had some matches. I can't recall exactly. It was a tough European tournament. Yeah. So if this is our last competition until the games. How much value is there in the level of competition that you hit leading up to it? Is it important? I would ask Ollie, but we have Ben here. He wrestled in the Olympics, so I'm going to go with him first. How important is it getting a tough tournament?
In my Olympic experience, we didn't make the team. I think it was June 20th that I wrestled on August 12th. Opening ceremonies were, August 8th, so that we didn't do a tournament because there was such a short time span. Obviously, now the way they do it is they make the team in early April, same time frame for the Olympics. That's a long time for me. I would have, and I can say that year before, I probably competed every month to 6 weeks, maybe more frequently. So yeah, I don't really love the whole. Not wrestling thing. That being said, if they feel that's what's best, these guys are professionals. They're going to still wrestle their best. But I would have probably preferred one more tough tournament.
Yeah, that's what I expected. And it's interesting because Yanni, in an interview with, I think it was Bader, was talking about even if the competition is light, there is something to be said for just going through the process of making weight and getting up and warming up and wrestling a match and then cooling down and doing that has competitive value. So I'm not saying just because the wrestlers were not even close to our level that there's no value in what happened. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying I think there's value in them getting their hands on some tough Europeans or Asian wrestlers and feeling that, or at least just tough competition that's not domestic. Yeah. I think there's something to be said for that. But it's a different kind of year. It's a different kind of quad. And, I think they're probably just having to limit. Maybe there's a risk limiting factor in that, like, we're not going to go to Europe and have something happen with COVID and get shut down or unable to travel, or the restrictions could be such that they're saying we're not going to risk it. We're just going to have tough camps and our guys will be ready to go.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Obviously, there's I don't want to say in America people are kind of over coronavirus, but it sure seems to be that way. But that doesn't seem to be the case in Europe and some other places. So yeah, maybe it's smart to not travel.
Yes. So I kind of get it. I thought you were laughing.
No, sorry.
Hey, so saw some questions and I've seen it in the chat. Some people were like, wait, it's Bracky's last show? Well, shame on you for not listening to last Tuesday's show.
I hate to see it.
First of all, I'm hurt. But second of all, Bracky should once again explain himself, for crying out loud.
Explain myself?
No, not explain yourself. But just tell people. I don't want to explain it.
Confess.
What's up, Ollie?
Confess.
Yeah, confess.
I'm going to go be the director of operations at West Virginia. That's why all these guys are very nicely wearing these shirts today. They look fantastic.
Especially me.
Yeah.
Going with the blue, with the gray.
It's kind of messed up what you did.
Hey, I could have just acted like I didn't know and pretended this was a medium as well. But at least I explained what I did.
So selfish.
Yes.
He is the boss, man.
Go give them your shirt.
He can make moves like this.
You know what? Great leaders eat last.
That's right.
And CP, your tummy looks full, and I'm hungry.
That was good. Ollie.
Thanks. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. So he's going. It's an awesome opportunity. He went. You should go back and listen to Tuesday's show for the full explanation and all that. But it's awesome. So yeah, this will be Bracky's last show. Why don't we have a little break here? We have a video that Bracky doesn't know about that we had made for him in honor of his last show.
Oh my god!
And so, buckle up, check it out.
Kyle, what are you doing?
I'm trying to plank. It's pretty hard.
Planking is so 2011. Get with it.
What are all the cool kids doing nowadays?
Bulging.
Bulging? What's bulging?
That's bulging.
Peter's gonna get
Only the hottest
canceled.
thing to hit the internet in 2012.
I grew up in small town West Virginia. Didn't have much. Had my ball and my hoop. That's what got me through.
His dunks were incredible. Anybody that knows anything about the dunking community knows about Kyle Bracky.
Really, bro?
Tim Flynn to West Virginia. Kyle applied for this job.
Yeah. I got my rejection letter yesterday.
You've been waiting for it. You've asked for it. The people on Twitter are clamoring for it, and it is now time. Kyle Bracky's Alien Hour.
I hope you all listened and forgot everything you ever knew about Avril Lavigne. It had like legs like a man, but wings. But this is called the bat squatch, the skunk ape. But it's very similar to Bigfoot. It is a large, horse-sized freshwater demon. It's Brittany, bitch. 32 feet tall, like bucking bronco. Like it's up in the air, like up. Hold on, let me finish.
Avril Lavigne died?
Yeah, she's dead. Tell me how in her 20s, Avril got shorter. Some people are like, oh, gargoyles are like evil. But actually, they're protectors. They keep out the bad demons. Okay, it's time. We're ready to talk. Free Brittany.
Oh, God.
We need to do something. I was not woke until 2017. And it was like, guys, Avril Lavigne's dead. You need to wake up. And I woke up. So, after nearly 7 years here at FloWrestling and Flow Sports, next Tuesday will be my last day and my last show. I am going back to West Virginia, and I will be the Director of Operations for the West Virginia University Wrestling team.
He's gonna get dinged for stalling hot with a switch here. He scores a reversal.
It was not an easy decision, but one that was really exciting to me. So what's it going to take to get West Virginia to be in the top 15, top 10 consistently? All right, Coach Flynn, Morgantown, West Virginia, where are we at right now?
We're almost in heaven.
To see Bracky's, I guess, transition from the single guy living with the Flow Bros to gets married to his awesome wife Olivia. Now they have this great kid Hayden, and it's a source of pride for me just to watch him change and evolve. And you know, West Virginia wanted him for a reason, and I don't blame him. And I hate the idea of losing him, but he's gonna go there and he's gonna help West Virginia.
And now Granby from Ryan, and now he's in on a leg wheel. He tries to step over and he'll score the takedown.
Yeah, it's not easy. But I'm excited at the same time, and it's been so much fun being on this show and working for Flow.
Dang.
That was good. Trying to make me cry.
Tried. So that's a Simone conjoint right there.
She's
Yeah,
awesome.
I wasn't in it, but it was cool. It was
You could
cool.
tell.
It was super cool,
You
though.
could tell. Wow.
It was cool.
Oh
Man, how young did Kyle look in 2012? I mean, it wasn't even like a college kid. It was like a teenager.
Yeah, he basically was.
Yeah, wasn't he?
I mean, were you a teenager?
I was.
No, he might have been. He might have been like 19.
He was not 19.
I think I just turned 20.
He
I
just
would have
turned.
just turned
See,
20.
look at Ben thinking
Was
it
it
was
like
a
your
joke.
first year of college?
He was an intern.
No, it was between my sophomore and junior years of college.
Dang, how are you so young? Wow, okay. Wow, I'm wrong. Wow.
20 years old. That, I mean, you very well could have been a senior if you were an Ohio high school wrestler.
Yeah, I know. I literally turned 18 the day I graduated high school. I was young.
Whoa.
Got it.
Man. Oh, so crazy. We can talk more about it as a show about.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Correct. My favorite line is, you're like, oh, some people, gargoyles mean, but actually they're protectors. Just like with no context whatsoever, that killed me. It's like, and then the horse-sized freshwater demon. I love you specified that it was a freshwater demon.
Simone probably thinks I'm crazy because she probably listened to all those Alien Hours.
She goes she
to do
dives
that.
all the way in for sure. Okay. Let's have the final Alien Hour of your career. Although people have asked, will Kyle come on and do the occasional Alien Hour, which obviously open invitation at any point in time.
Well, you know you're going to see all types of crazy cryptids in West Virginia.
Yeah,
I know. That's
It's like the cryptid capital of the world.
It really
is that why you're leaving?
It's a part. It's a little bit of a part of it. To be able to finally catch Mothman, I couldn't pass up on that opportunity.
Understood.
No,
gonna catch him here.
And to Ollie's point, we're gonna go over another one in West Virginia today. I thought it was only fitting to check out the area I was gonna be living in and see what kind of monsters I'm walking into here.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know that video was going to play, but I wanted to talk about a few of my favorites throughout the
Please do. That just gave people a taste.
So today, we're just going to briefly talk about the Ogua, which is...
Can you spell that?
Ogua.
Okay.
Ogua. So it is essentially what people believe is a prehistoric turtle that lives in the Monongahela River, which runs right through Morgantown. Goes up into Pennsylvania.
Monongahela just sounds like it would have cryptids in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or a cryptid itself.
So it is we're talking a couple 100 pounds turtle here. And I was watching some videos last night. Here, Tyler's got a little picture of what pulled up what it could look like, and there legit were turtles like this, hundreds and hundreds of years ago in the area. So, but the thought with this one is and the story goes in 1745, some settlers along the river had their boat knocked over, and this thing took the 12-year-old boy in the boat underwater, and they never saw him again.
Oh no!
What?
So, and what makes this guy a little more dangerous than maybe like Loch Ness monster, stuff that's in the water, is he can also go onto land.
Amphibious.
Exactly.
Well,
and
turtles can, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm just making it clear because sometimes he'll just go up there and he'll just get a deer. He'll just crush a dang deer.
That would be horrifying.
Yeah.
He can hunt deers.
Exactly.
I gotta know the speed of this thing.
Don't know the speed.
I bet it's more of a surprise element with the deer.
Yeah.
I don't think he's dropping out of the tree.
Can't prove me wrong.
Pouncing on the...
he's kind of camouflaged anyways, and then they come along the bed of water, boom.
I think what makes him scary is that he's a high-speed turtle.
Yeah, can you imagine a fast turtle?
You're really screwed at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'll go down, and where we're gonna be living is not far from Monongahela. So maybe we go down there and we try to catch one of these bad boys.
You're gonna need a big cage.
Gonna need a big cage. Gonna need a big gun. Gonna need something to bring this bad boy down with. And that kind of brings me to where's my notes at? Yeah, Alien Hour here.
His website.
So I'm gonna prove that the Ogua is real, just like we proved that the Oklahoma octopus is real. Mm-hmm. I was vindicated.
Yes.
I was mocked.
You were mocked.
I was mocked on this show. I was mocked on the show.
They found it?
Yeah, we found it. We found pictures of it.
We've got multiple octopods.
Multiple octopi.
Cephalopod.
I think it is. We confirmed the existence of Chupacabra.
It's real.
We did that as well.
Sorry, haters.
They play on Thursday.
Yeah, Round Rock Chupacabras. And then obviously we really kickstarted the Free Britney movement.
Yes.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, all the things I've said on here is true. I've tried to tell you guys for like years now.
That is true too. That is true too. Yeah. But that's really true.
We also really brought to light that Avril Lavigne. I mean, that's where this whole thing started. Was Mothman and Avril Lavigne. And Avril Lavigne was the first real big deep dive we did. And
isn't Mothman from West Virginia also?
Yeah, Point Pleasant.
Not so pleasant.
Oh my goodness!
You think he killed the original?
It's just about
Avril
an hour
Lavigne.
away. I want to. In the fall, they have a Mothman festival thing. I want to go to.
What? Wait! Don't gloss over a Mothman festival. There's a festival?
Yeah, man. This whole the town's known for that. They have the movie Mothman Prophecies.
I know, but what do you do at the festival? What kind of treats do they sell?
Mothman-shaped treats? I don't know. They have a big statue of Mothman in the middle of town, and they have tours. They take you out to the areas of town where he was seen at night.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta go. This is awesome. I can't wait to visit.
The Avril Lavigne thing, we brought light to the fact that she's been dead for years and replaced by a person named Melissa, and we are just we're letting that happen. We're letting the family pulling over on us.
Do you think any Alien Hour followers have seen, would you say her name was Alyssa? And
Melissa.
Melissa. And accused her of being...
harassed the fake Avril?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Have they heckled her?
I hope so. They
fake
should.
Avril.
Just say, I know who you are.
Yeah.
Or just say, Bracky sent me.
Yeah. Bracky sent me. He knows you're Melissa.
We know.
And actually, you should just yell Melissa and see if she turns.
I do stuff like this. Oh, you dropped this, Melissa, and she goes, thanks. I say, I knew it.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha journalism. One of my favorites in that actually like caught another body after we did the show on it was the Pope Lick Monster. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
I do remember the Pope Lick. And wait a minute, didn't that maybe even start the danger rating?
Yeah.
KBDR.
Yeah, KBDR. It might have.
The KB death rating, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Danger rating, but the higher the number is because of deaths. You know, and I mean he's over a 10 because he probably has 4 or 5 bodies at this point because people go on these train tracks looking for him,
and
they're very dangerous, or they get hit by a very real train that still runs.
Oh my God!
What's number 1 on the KBDR?
I think I gotta go with Mothman. Like a lot of people,
he's taking out entire bridges.
Yeah, a lot of people died. Yeah, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
What was the
Public Monster Survivor mentally crushed? What a tremendous article!
What was that, Ollie?
I don't remember. That article title made me forget.
Bat Squatch was another one of my favorites. It was essentially Sasquatch, but wings and like a bat face. That was up in the Pacific Northwest. The Jersey Devil's a classic. Ozark Howler. Classic. The Skunk Ape, that one was a fun one. It's essentially like this ape-like creature down in Florida in the swamps.
But it smells like a skunk or something?
Yeah, it smells terrible.
Stinks.
And then, of course, probably the most popular one was the Demon House in Gary, Indiana.
Oh yeah,
I had police reports for that one.
That one was that
was like too real.
Yeah, that was like becoming a murderer or something, like.
Yeah, that one's like legit scary. Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, luckily the house has been torn down, and hopefully the portal to hell's been destroyed as well with that.
Yeah, because there was a portal to hell.
There was a portal to hell in the basement.
That's the main problem with it.
Right. And if you ever watched the documentary, you were scared.
Was the portal closed when they knocked down the house, or is it just like a rubble covered entry now?
Can you just concrete over?
I don't know if you can just concrete over hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try, but I don't know if that's how it works.
Yeah.
You gotta put a guard there or something. Can't just have an unguarded.
Just someone stand guard.
Yeah, you gotta guard the portal to hell.
What are you doing, Lyle? Yeah, I got a couple 12s.
It's my turn to guard the portal.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Which portal? Nah, to hell. It's the underworld.
Who's guarding the transfer portal?
Yeah. Transfer portal to hell. That's the ultimate transfer portal. That's the one you don't want to go in.
I mean, the haunt you people, that was a great one too. Like the fact that there's possibly these little people running around the woods, and anyone that comes out there, they just chop their legs off.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
Join the
I've actually never coached a legless person from Wisconsin, so I don't know that they exist.
Well, they take them. They don't let them leave. They become part of their village, so you wouldn't be able to coach them.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't be free.
Yeah, there's no haunchy RTC.
You don't think one's ever escaped?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think these people are letting anybody go. They don't have survivors.
If they're able to chop off your legs, I would imagine they have some element of
How are you
control,
gonna run
Ben.
away, Ben?
Yeah. Ben, you can barely run on the feet you have. Imagine if you didn't have legs.
Away. There's that drill.
Wait a minute. No. Can you read?
There's that drill. One of my assistant.
Why do you make that face?
It's gotta hurt, obviously, because you got shoes for your nubs. So obviously you're running over some wood chips and whatnot.
That's all right. You're right. That's the face you make.
One of my assistant coaches makes the guys for one of the warm-ups to do sprints on their knees, and it looks very funny when the guys are running on their knees. So I'm just imagining.
I've seen that.
That's what
I've seen that too.
like. Yeah.
That's a classic coaching move
situation.
to just do something that is hard but has absolutely no value to help your wrestling.
No, you're crazy.
Actually, have you seen AJ Ferrari run on his knees? Because that's how he drives through doubles sometimes.
Okay.
There's a reason for it.
Okay. Is that why you did it, Ollie?
It gets me explosive. My hips are crazy explosive.
Okay.
Ollie C4 hips.
And what else we got? Bracky, was that the...
I think that's it.
Cut his mic.
Who, Ollie's?
Yes.
Yeah. Not, well, we have some reinforcements in the back that could...
He likes the joke.
Here, just take it.
Boom. Just neutralize him.
That's fine, man.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So Bracky was on the scene in Omaha for the U23s. Lincoln, which is the cousin of Omaha. Why did I think it was in Omaha? Because that's where he flew into, maybe.
Nope.
All right.
Keep digging the hole, CP.
2 strikes. I'm still up, though. Still up. All right. Wherever it was and whatever happened, why don't you just talk about it, Kyle? Because you were there.
It was a good tournament. I wasn't impressed with the entry list before going out there. Thought it was pretty kind of a watered down field compared to what it has been in some years. But then I don't know if there were late entries or maybe just being on the ground actually watching the wrestling. It was better than expected. Is there anyone that really stood out for you? Or well, obviously Jesse Mendez I think is the story of the tournament.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit.
He beats in the first round. He had one of the Portillo brothers, and I think it was Josh, who's been a D2 finalist before. He texts him 10-0. And then he had Jared Van Vliet, who was 2-2 at NCAAs this year, 133. He beats him 7-0. And then Job Greenwood from Wyoming, who spent time in the 133-pound rankings for Wyoming. He texts him. And then he has All-American, third-place finisher Pat McKee. And it's 10-0 in a minute and a half.
Yeah, just take down right to some guts.
And it's over.
Trap arm, I think.
And then I believe it was Colin Schriever, who just finished his freshman year at Iowa. That was a good match.
Schriever looked good.
Yes, he did.
Match.
I like him. He's an exciting prospect.
And, that one was kind of interesting because you had, Terry and Dan Dennis coaching against Mendez, but here in the fall, Mendez is going to take an official visit to Iowa. And then he makes the finals against Chris Cannon in the first one. Cannon, he ended up, I think, getting the attack. Just looked like a little too big, too strong. Really, Cannon is lightning quick.
And
Mendez kind of struggled adjusting to some of those reattacks. But then in the second match, Mendez comes out and he's out to a 7-0 lead. He bombs him for 4. And Cannon ends up storming back, and it was a really bad, potentially dangerous
This is
call.
the worst. Did you see this match, Ben?
Yeah, I did. So and the gut got stopped early too. I don't know if this ref didn't like Chris Cannon or what his deal was, but I thought there was another government situation. But yeah, to your point, Cannon just looked like kind of on another level in that first match. And then Mendez came back and found a way to win the second match. And then actually on that potential danger, we can watch it.
Yeah, let's pull that up.
My first instinct was that was terrible. And the second time I watched it, I think that might be where he hurt his knee that then eventually, put him out of the third match.
You think?
So
yeah, because he kind of like holds it
this
real
is the
quick
third
when he
match.
gets up. You'll see. We need to go to the second match.
I thought I put in match 2. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, so in that sequence, I do hate, listen, that's one of my pet peeves is when that sequence gets stopped, and I'm not arguing that it should have been stopped. I would never say that. I'm just saying I do think there's a potential that's where he got injured. So, if we can bring that up, I think you guys will see it if you look for it.
Okay. Yeah, and by the way, Jesse's all right. It's nothing like catastrophic or anything like that. I think he's still going to be ready to go in plenty of time for Junior Worlds.
I just put the real
Worlds are mid-August, correct?
I believe so, yeah, Ben. So
they're in the middle of nowhere in Russia. I really want to go for Keegan, but it's
Ufa.
it's not easy to get to where it's going.
Yeah,
or where it is.
Yeah, not exactly Moscow. So yeah, the gut was interesting because at least they were both, their feet were out of bounds. I don't know if that was
that
why.
doesn't mean you're out though.
I think like I said on the call, he stopped it because they were out. But I think watching it back, he just stopped it
because it was just time.
Brought him up, but I don't think he should have because Cannon
Definitely
was
should not have.
Yeah, getting ready to take him over.
But that is nothing compared to the potentially dangerous call. It's just got to be one of the worst I've ever seen. And we'll play
really, I feel like they. So I disagree, Christian.
Ben.
I feel like I don't like it, but I feel like they stop the situation relatively frequently when the foot is moving outside the hip on the single leg finishes. And I am against stoppage here, but I feel like it happens very frequently, so it's not all that unexpected.
To me, it didn't even look remotely precarious. To me, I didn't see the foot on the outside. It just looked like he was just turned away. The knee was not even close to in a compromised position.
Right. Well, I don't think the knee's ever compromised, but the refs stop it all the time because.
Well, I've seen some where they are.
It looks like it hurts.
Yes. What's so annoying is you hear, and it's towards the end, last 20 seconds or so.
No, it's
right there. You were there.
Oh, we were just there.
So yeah,
Go back a few seconds. Go back just a couple seconds. No.
Yeah, go back
yep.
a little more.
Right
You're almost
before
there.
this.
That's why he's mad.
Okay,
It's right
stop,
here.
right
Boom. That is just not
Yeah,
even.
no, hold on. That's knee. The knee is way inside the foot here. This is where they always stop it. It's annoying. Freeze. I'll tell you when to freeze. Right here. See how far he turns his knee in? Like Mendez really rotates his knee in. And so and this is one of my arguments is it's Mendez is putting himself in that position. That's why I don't like when they stop it, but this is stopped all too frequently.
And as soon as he does it, someone starts screaming, "Watch the knee," which
that's code for hey, please stop it because he's in trouble to get.
Yeah, everyone knows what it is. But did he hurt it there though?
He starts
watch
when
he gets up. Yeah, watch when he gets up. It definitely like pops him, but it's Mendez's fault because he really watch how hard he rotates his own leg in. Watch it. See how he pulls his knee.
His hips weren't moving, but he's moving his knee. Storniolo was so mad.
Yep, and then but you can see. Watch when he gets up here. He kind of like he doesn't like that. Yeah,
man. So that was, but ultimately Cannon makes the team. Yet Mendez kind of leaves the story of this tournament.
Yeah,
he just continues to beat elite guys that are winning on the collegiate level. I'm trying to think of,
his hit list is pretty tremendous.
We should really just make his hit list because right now it's insane, and the list of guys that are not even high school peers for him that he's beating is incredible. And Patrick McKee is not just some folk style specialist. It's a guy that's amazing.
He's better at freestyle.
Probably is. He's amazing at freestyle. He's made finals of multiple tournaments. He's won big ones in freestyle. And he just got, and to see him, I think Mendez's top game is what really can separate him. I mean, he's amazing on his feet. But the fact that he can turn so many guys, I mean, Pat McKee knows what he's doing on bottom. Chris Cannon, I mean, he is turning elite guys.
Yeah,
you can't.
And so in that McKee match, what was impressive, he got the trap arm for 2 turns, but then McKee escaped the trap arm and he still gutted him twice more for the tech fall.
Yeah, he's got it all. He really does.
And I mean, there's no doubt in the new rankings, even with Gallagher still in the rankings, he's number 1 pound for pound.
He's got to be.
Yeah.
You beat this level of guys. It's just, he's undeniable. And it'd be interesting to put him in perspective as a recruit, how he stacks up in terms of accolades, in terms of hype, in terms of elite wins. Where does he rate among others? Because it's pretty special what he's doing right now.
So Chris Cannon was the 8th seed and Van Vliet was the 21 seed in the bracket this year at 133.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, if he goes and wins Junior Worlds, he's got to be up there with I don't know,
Gable.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't know if that was too far. Maybe.
Well, it's too far in one way. It's too far in that, man, Gable is at this point was a multiple world champion. Mm-hmm. And I think I feel like Gable's incredible success was just almost a guarantee.
But so the other thing is, would Mendez have made a cadet world team last year if they had it, and would he have done well? Because I think the answer, both of you guys probably would think, yeah, he probably would have.
I think so.
Right?
Yes.
And we didn't have that.
Yes, but we didn't have that. So on the one hand, I just don't know if I can ever say I've seen anything as sure as Gable Stevenson. I just don't know that I have.
But is that just because of the depth of the weight too? Because when you're thinking about 133, 141, they're usually a lot deeper than heavyweight is, and Gable was just so far and above all the other heavyweights of the era. You're like, there's no way they're going to catch him.
Well, Ben, we spent half of the season arguing with you that this is the greatest heavyweight class ever. You're trying to convince us the deepest heavyweight you've ever seen.
And wait, wasn't I the one that still said it's guaranteed that Gable's going to win? I believe I said that. That's the argument I was making.
You did.
I think I guaranteed it.
He was like 99%. Yeah.
Sure. So I think, part depth of field is certainly a factor, without a doubt.
But so we've had other guys. I mean, like Mark Hall was a junior world champion while in high school. Dayton Fix, Spencer Lee. So I mean, and obviously we're getting in very elite territory. Real quick.
So there. I think those are sort of. I just didn't see. I saw Jesse as being an elite recruit among this class. But now that he's entering the Yanni, Dayton, Spencer, Gable, Mark strata, if you had asked me a year ago, I would not have predicted Jesse to be in that conversation, even though I really liked him and thought he was super, super good. But now he's entered this other level, it seems like.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Dayton's a good comparison because I remember Dayton was beating, he beat Savon Miocic and like Ethan Lezak.
Darian Cruz was an All-American. He was in
high school, so I think he's a good comparison.
Yes.
So Jesse Mendez on one of his profiles now. It says he's a Cadet World team member, so that must have been 2 seasons ago. How did he do
Correct.
Cadet World when he went 2 years ago?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm gonna look right now.
I don't think he placed.
Okay.
No, I do not. I don't think he did.
Yeah, it doesn't feels like I would have remembered that.
I agree.
9th.
Top 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously very impressed. He very, very rarely loses. I think he's the number one pound for pound in both the junior and senior classes. To what Kyle was saying, I'd put him number 1.
And yeah, he's gonna be after this week. And like Van Vliet finished the season ranked 15th at 133. Cannon finished the season ranked 6th, and Pat McKee was 3rd at 125.
Yeah, and this kid has a year left.
Yeah, he's still got another year of high school.
So he's going to be freaky good coming out, and everyone's after him. Iowa, Penn State, Ohio State.
That, the dead period ended this morning.
Let's go.
Or at midnight.
Oh,
R.I.P. to dead period. How long was that dead period?
15 months. Yeah. Way too long.
My gracious.
So coaches are out visiting guys, and kids are on campuses. You can do both right now. So
nice.
And then the 15th, they can start calling class of 2023. I think.
Okay.
So.
I still got eligibility left if any coaches are interested.
Well, I kind of thought you might be Mike Gray's first phone call.
As a recruit?
No. They need someone to coach the big boys. Cornell has never had an All-American coach. You're here. I'm going to make the pitch for you since you can't capitalize on the opportunity.
Mike? Yeah, give me a sec. I'll call you in what time is it? Give me 30, 45 minutes. I'll call you back. All right, thank you.
Okay, so here's the pitch before you make that phone call.
Okay.
It's Cornell has never had an All-American at heavyweight.
Okay.
It's never happened. He's like, you have got it. What do you have to lose? It's never happened. I can get you to the next level.
You guys been doing what you've been doing, and it's not working. We have to do something outside the box, okay? And then that's me.
Yes, you have to. You are the outside the box option. You're the one that would be laughing. You know what? They probably would have laughed at Rob Koll and some of his ideas 32 years ago. And now look who's laughing.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me a shot, but also wait. I'm kind of offended because I don't want you to leave. So I don't know why I'm giving you this pitch. Bracky's already leaving. I know Tim. I already got out recruited by Tim Flynn.
They're
if I lose a recruiting battle to Mike Gray, I'm gonna be furious.
They already called me. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the bean counter, see if they can up my salary.
I pulled out all the stops. All right. Do what I can.
Maybe I get a company parking spot. Maybe maybe I get invited to one of your buddy dinners for once.
Hey, there's a buddy dinner tonight.
Oh yeah, where are we going?
Happy Chicks.
Oh, I love Happy Chicks.
Do you approve?
Happy Chicks.
It's a chicken finger place.
What's Happy Chicks? Is that one of the fast food places?
No.
No, it's not. I heard it's got really, really good chicken. I really have heard that. And honestly, Bracky, you love chicken fingers.
I do.
Yeah.
I just thought Happy Chicks was a fast food place.
No. Well, no, it's not. It's
Are you taking them to a fast food place? Or
no. That would be a very Bracky final meal, but it's not.
Yeah.
This was recommended by Melissa. She's in touch with the scene much more so than I. I just go to Pete Terry's.
Bracky looks worried, man.
All right,
Bracky looks worried.
Hey, we haven't made any reservations because no place takes reservations.
Bracky does not look happy. Bracky,
no, I'm fine.
So I called Lucy's. Well, we'll just get into it right here on the show. Bracky wanted Lucy's, but they don't take any reservations. He suggested Lucy's. He was yelling at me. They wanted Lucy's.
You go to Lucy's then.
Well, it's not very big, and they don't take reservations. So
It doesn't matter. He wants Lucy's.
All right, we're going to Lucy's.
No,
we're going to Lucy's.
I'm not going anywhere but Lucy's.
That's
We're
it.
carpooling, me and you to Lucy's.
All right, we'll go to
Meet us
Lucy's.
at Lucy's.
We're going to Lucy's. We're getting some fried chicken. Ben, come on.
If it's a long wait, then we go to our reservation.
Okay, fine. I haven't made any reservations. It just didn't look as big. But it's Tuesday. No one's going to be eating out. It's just us.
Yeah.
We're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's a nice outdoor area.
Okay, we're going to Lucy's. That's it. All
I
right.
can't believe you.
I just want to talk about some wrestling. I don't give a damn where you
go.
guys are going to eat today.
You know what, Ben?
You know who stinks at freestyle? Michael McGee. I picked him to do really well here. My man went 2-2. He got beat by some dudes I never heard of.
Oh, no. Why you got to put it out there?
He looked
Eron
like he didn't want to be
Haynes.
there.
Maybe he didn't want to be there.
Maybe
I mean, this is always a weird tournament because you clearly have like the guys who like
Want to make a world team.
right. We want to make a world team. Like I mean, Pat Glory looked awesome this weekend. I think like guys.
Oh my
like,
gosh, yeah, we
guys
gotta talk
like
about
him, and then like Mikhail McGee. Like I'm not sure how much he'd been training, to be honest.
Well, there you go. Put it out there.
Yeah.
Give it.
Well, he's not the
He's
only
giving the
one.
bulletin board material already.
He's
You know,
not the only one.
they're gonna print this
he
off.
needs
West
the bulletin
Virginia
board
Director of
material.
Operations.
I'm still a FloWrestling
Yeah.
employee today.
That's right. You got to get all your takes out now.
Yeah, that's true.
All your Quake takes. Gotta
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah.
Right now, you're not.
West Virginia.
No. But they can't put any NCAA violations on you.
That's true.
You should tamper away right now.
Tamper.
You should go and do all types of shady stuff while they can't get you.
See, now that you're saying this, though, other schools are probably gonna be like, "Oh crap, he probably can do that," and get pissed off.
Yeah.
Who
and
cares? Just for one day, get as much shady stuff in.
Yeah.
Just one
Well,
day.
why one day, Ollie? Why doesn't he just wait another week to sign the contract?
Yeah. Get a week of Quake
Oh,
shades
you
off.
can do so much shady stuff.
Or plan B, just don't leave and work here forever, and then you can always do it.
I like that.
You could be the
not
inside
gonna
West
happen.
Virginia spy. You can sign a contract and you can recruit for them the dirty stuff that they can't do.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're
All right,
trying to find the
no,
side.
that's
Anyways,
a bad idea. Wink, wink. We won't do
Yeah,
that.
you guys are trying to get me
You know
in
what I'm
trouble on
saying?
air right now.
putting your you know what in the jackpot.
Yeah.
All right, so 57 kg. Pat Glory looked tremendous. Whooped up on Taylor Lamont.
Well, the interesting thing with Glory is, as you look at 57, you're like, he is the best wrestler in that field. The big question was how much has he leveled up his freestyle? Answer, a lot. He looked tremendous parterre. His leg attacks have always been fantastic, and you know he's going to be able to score. It's just like some of those more savvy positions, how's he going to do? Okay, great. He's really, really good at freestyle now, which is, when you consider the year that they've had at Princeton, makes a ton of sense, right? Because they had no folk style to train for. And it just makes me more and more excited for the Spencer Glory Vito next year, because as amazing as Spencer is, at least there can be a conversation about these matches. There was no conversation last year. Spencer shut down all conversation. You couldn't even really talk about 125. It was just pointless, to the point that he won with no ACLs. No ACLs, and he won the tournament. That's how much better he was, right?
What's his availability going to be like next year? Do we know? Is it in question at all? Is he just going to go no ACLs the whole time? Give me answers.
I don't know what
he got surgery.
I don't know if he got surgery. I feel like he's not getting surgery. I don't know.
Well, if he didn't get surgery, why wouldn't he have wrestled in the trials?
Yeah, give us answers.
So, okay.
Wasn't that the whole point?
No. So that guy, our man,
Joseph Hines.
Joseph Hines came on and he gave the explanation. It's like, you can do it, but he said the biggest thing is time. Is you need time to strengthen around the ACL, right?
Sure.
So he wouldn't have
But hold on, Christian. Hold on here. If he's going to wrestle in the NCAAs, it's only 2 weeks later. Go wrestle, and then if you need time off after that, take time off after that.
Well, easy for you to wrestle with another man's body, Ben.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He did wrestle. He did wrestle.
Come on.
He wrestled
His
5
knee probably hurt
matches.
a little bit. He wants to take a break, you know?
He wrestled, Ollie.
I know,
he
but
did
it
wrestle.
probably hurt. It probably hurt when he wrestled.
Yeah,
and then
but
when
this is
he's
the
done
Olympics.
wrestling.
We're
he's
talking
gotta-
about the Olympics, Ollie. You don't get a chance every week. You get a chance once every 4 years.
5 sometimes.
Well, you know what? In 3 years, he'll go and get that one.
Ain't no guarantees.
I'm just saying.
No
I'm just saying.
guarantees.
There's a good chance the guy was like, "Dang, my knee's pretty jacked up after wrestling 3 days with no ACL. My knee is hurting really bad. I can't really have the training that I would to go for the Olympics."
Yeah.
Could have been the reason. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
I don't know. I might be wrong.
Oh, it makes sense to me. I mean, he gutted it out for the team, but I think to me, it's also an sort of acknowledgement. It's like, yeah, I can win NCAAs like this, but he knows the level he's at and how much he's limited, right? And probably that factors in too. Like, I'm not gonna be able to be myself and put out a good representation of who I am at this this current condition. Maybe if he had another couple.
I don't
months,
like this. This is terrible reasoning. I'm
This is
pissed
like
right now.
well, Ben just said
I'm pissed.
wanted people
So here's
to
what
run
I
away with
figured.
no legs.
Yeah.
From the
Here's
little
what
people
I-
who chop off your legs.
Yeah.
So like he's telling them to
I
run away.
figure, Ollie, I figure he's going to have surgery. That's why he's not wrestling, because he doesn't want to wait till the middle to the end of August to have the surgery. Because if he wrestles in the Olympics, he has to wait till the middle to the end of August to have the surgery. Then he's out till, I don't know, do some math, a long time from then. And he can't make a run at his 4th NCAA title. So I figure he does the NCAAs, so he gets his 3rd NCAA title. Then he has surgery relatively quickly, which would preclude him from wrestling in the Olympic trials or the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's back by like October, and he's got 5 months till the NCAAs. That's what I'm thinking. If he's not going to do surgery ever, then he should have just wrestled and see what happens.
All right, you got a good point. You've done some valid figuring, but I'm also thinking that there's another scenario that makes sense, and his knee's a little banged. But yeah, you're right. You got a point. I can't argue. Good point.
And,
Good point.
and Ben, also, for all we know, he did get surgery. I don't know. Maybe he did.
Maybe sneaky. Maybe he did
You guys
himself.
just told me he did. I thought you said he did.
I don't
Kristen.
think he did. But
CP doesn't have the answers.
I said I don't know.
You know, we probably would have seen him in crutches or something. Or maybe we should check his Instagram. I'm going to check his Instagram.
He's not a big grammar.
He's not a big grammar. But you know what?
He doesn't like grammar?
We have to. We still have to get to 70 kg, guys.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Well, we're not going to make it. There's no way we're finishing the U23s today. It's going to last till tomorrow.
I really am. The Jakori Teemer versus Brock Mauler match 2 is just that's a flow.
Legendary.
It's a flow film.
Yeah.
I mean, legendary. Let's just be honest. There's a little possum play in there.
No, maybe.
Yeah, come on.
There's game planning, you know what I'm saying? But no, there was he did what he had to win. He gutted through, gutsy performance. You know, you guys doubted him. You
He looked
hated on him.
fantastic.
None of you guys picked him. Ollie picked him. Ollie's right once again. That's it.
Your best predictions are picking Oliver because his name's Oliver, like yours, and picking Jakori, who was where you're from. But
I think he probably should have got caution and won, so Mauler would have won that match.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, because you're a hater. You're a grade A hater, you know, and you would never be able to pull off an awesome backflip like he did when he won. So you're just, you're just a hater, man.
He didn't even land the backflip, Ollie.
Me and Jakori are going to beat you up when we see you. I'm going to jump you, I swear. I'm going to kick you in your bad hip.
Do you even have a bad hip anymore, Ben?
My other one is the worst one than my first one.
Are you going to have to do something with that?
Probably eventually.
We're going to catch you when you're not looking and just start punching you in your hips, both hips.
Ground and pound.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about this match, Bracky.
Well,
Yeah, you were on site.
It was really weird because in the first one, Mauler was winning 1-0 like the whole first period, and then Jakori was like, all right, I'm going to go get a 4. And just like runs through him with like 5 seconds left in the period. Like it looked like nothing was going to happen the rest of the period. Then all of a sudden Jakori blows through him for 4. And that was
Lulled
literally
him to sleep.
Yeah, lulled him to sleep. And then that was
That's
pretty
like
much
what Jakori does, though.
Yeah, that was the end of the match pretty much. It ended up being like 4-2, I think. I think Mauler got a step out with a few seconds left.
Don't give away a secret, Ben.
In match 2, Mauler hadn't touched his legs once in the first match. He takes Jakori down in the first 15 seconds, and it's lace, caution 1, because Jakori jumped out of bounds.
No, I didn't agree with the call, but whatever.
He headbutted the out of bounds.
I think the mat hit him in the head.
That rule, but the whole rule is so stupid that you can't put your effing head down if your head's out of bounds.
I think so too.
Thank you.
No,
It's the
you're
dumbest thing ever. It's so dumb.
You're right there.
it is a really weird rule. So
And they tried to steal
we
the
can roll the
semi-match
clip,
from
Tyler.
Jakori.
So then in the first 10 seconds of this match, Mauler's like, I'm just going to take him down and lace him a bunch. And that should help me win this match.
It was a good idea.
Yeah, it was a good idea. So he gets a number of laces.
Oh
here.
yeah, okay, wait. So listen, I said that was stupid.
No, he laced him over there and he reset. No, he laid there with the natural. No, that's the defense. That's the defense to the no.
You gotta crawl forward.
Yeah, crawl forward.
But it is so stupid when they actually end up out of bounds and then they just put their head down. And I'm thinking as a coach, like, if you don't put your head down right now, you're a freaking idiot. You better put your head down. And then the ref penalizes him. It's like, well, no, his head was already there.
Yeah.
His neck got tired.
Yeah, that's all. Jakori's got the top-heavy hair.
There were some moments in that match where I could not believe how straight up Jakori was standing. He was standing literally straight up,
and they're scared.
Tyler, can you pull it back up? Yeah. So if we skip ahead a little bit here, can we go back to Jakori's 4?
It's so impressive.
He looks so good.
I was like, okay, this match is over. Jakori was like being weird about his ankle, like not putting a lot of pressure on it, and then all of a sudden it's Jakori, and he hits this nasty foot sweep. Here in a second. I thought I was gonna time it better than that.
No, it was almost perfect.
Oh, there it is. That's a 4. It's a wonder he didn't catch a near side and ball him up.
So then all of a sudden Jakori's back in it.
He's back.
That's kind of how he does, though.
The rest of how his points that he scored were in like, so he does another foot sweep that he gets 1 off of, and then it wasn't just like his normal like kind of blast doubles. It was a little bit different. So I thought something might have been wrong, but
there was something with his hand too.
Yeah, the hand thing was the weirdest.
Okay,
he's always doing this kind of stuff, guys. Have you guys never watched Jakori Teemer?
Watch from here,
Tyler.
You guys hold on, time up.
No, wait.
You guys are complaining about Jakori Teemer standing straight up. That's not a complaint. That's just called his stance. Okay,
that's true. That is true. That is true.
You're complaining about him like being injured. That's like half the matches that he's ever in.
That's not
like,
true.
Come
that's
on.
Not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
It
Listen,
absolutely
that's
is.
I've watched Jakori since he was like a sophomore at Eastern States, and he's always had a unique stance. But how it was to that point, he was more upright than I've ever seen him at points in time in this match. He was like literally straight up.
Mauler was smart enough. He had to do extra bait. He had to do extra bait to get him to shoot.
Yeah,
that's what
so
he
that
wants.
is kind of I see what you're saying.
Mauler
there.
didn't even take the bait though. I don't think.
Maybe his tactics are getting next level. But there's an instance in the match where like he's trying to use. It's Mauler has hand control, and he's trying to get rid of that hand control. He's just doing it with one hand, and you can see he really wants to use his other hand, and kind of does, but like there's a forearm push with it. So it was like you could tell he was really making an effort not to use that hand. So it looked like something was a little wrong. Not just normal Jakori tactics.
Oh, so you're admitting it, Ollie? Oh, you just admit it.
Not
What's
just
the point
normal
I tried to
Jakori
make?
tactics, he said.
Yeah, what are normal Jakori tactics?
You lull him to sleep, and then you bait him, and and boom, explode. You get it.
No, but you said his hand was actually hurt, not just normal stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying so when he's sticking his leg out like this, it's not because he's hurt and it's making him feel comfortable. That's a normal Jakori antic. That's what I'm saying. When he's going like this. Or there's certain times where he's jumping around and doing weird things. But when it would actually benefit him to clear that hand, and he's trying to, and then like, it was just, don't jazz me up here, all right? All right. Roll the tape. He did great.
Tyler, roll the tape, because here, when he comes back from break, Jakori bends his fingers back so far. Look at him just cranking on.
Right there.
His own fingers. I couldn't do that. Look at my...
No, I know, me either,
That's
man.
about all I get.
That's how bad they were jacked up, man. Look how far they were bending. That's how bad his hand hurt.
How do you do that?
And then
he's got hand problems.
Wait, can we talk about how he spit on the mat?
No.
Oh my gosh, I
That's
forgot.
automatic DQ if he spit on the mat.
So this wasn't on. There's no
I
don't think.
So.
Yeah. So
why did he spit on the mat?
Okay, here's what happened. His ankle was hurt, right, in that first lace, and I missed it. Bray was dying laughing because he saw it. But when he like finally stood up and was like kind of shaking his ankle out, they gave him a drink of water, and then he spit it off the mat, like on the mat, but like just outside the circle. But I think what happened, because the ref after the match came over and said something.
Maybe someone told a funny joke.
No.
Spit take.
So the ref was like, "Your ankle's hurt. You don't need a drink." Like he was trying to say like. Like,
And he was like, "Oh,
you're not supposed to be drinking water, right?" Like, he had the water in his mouth, and I think the ref said something to him, and he spit it out.
I think there is a rule that you can't drink on injury time, though, or something silly like that.
Yeah, and the ref was like, if there was blood in the mouth or something, that'd be fine, but it was his ankle that was hurt. And so I think Jakori just spit it out.
You don't want me to drink water? Fine. Don't drink the water.
Fine.
That's it.
Take the water.
And then when he spit it out, everyone was like, what are you doing? Like, the ref got all mad at him.
You told him no water, you know?
Jakori said, let it never be said, I'm not a rules follower.
Yeah.
So
Big rules guy. Rules guy Jakori Teemer. Welcome aboard.
So if we can go to the end, Tyler, because I've never seen, maybe Caldwell Metcalf, I guess, but
A worst executed backflip?
no, just like
This was awesome, an athletic feat that none of us can do.
so.
Well,
You can go ahead and play it with like 10
the
seconds
fact that
left
he
or so,
acted
Tyler.
injured most of this match makes it funnier.
Go ahead and roll it,
His hand
Tyler.
was
Let's play.
So he's gonna get
There's no rule against
kind of pushed out of bounds here with short time left, and he's gonna hit kind of a running backflip that went into the other mat. Like, there's wrestling going on in the other mat.
And to set this up for people who aren't watching, it was like literally out of an exchange. So it wasn't like he set up a backflip and then
Right.
messed it up.
Right, like Mauler's trying to attack. He gets out of the attack. Backflip.
Boom. Right in front of Tom Brands and Dan Dennis.
And he went into the other mat while wrestling was happening on that mat.
Why not? What a way to make a world team.
He always knows how to do it in style, that's for sure.
Yeah. Beastly performance. He's a guy next year, 150, 157, you got to be.
Wherever he wants to go, he could win heavyweight.
Well, didn't he finish
Yeah.
pretty high this year?
Yeah.
Fourth.
Kind of got robbed for third, but I won't make a gripe about it now.
Who was that against?
Deacon.
Oh, yeah. The most awkward moment of the watch party was when Jakori was destroying Hayden Hidley, and I had you, and I had him on my fantasy team.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was tense.
Sorry, Hidley.
That was-
I mean,
that was tough.
nothing against you. That I really do like you as a wrestler, but Jakori's my main man. You know.
I meant to bring this up. So I saw I'm on the NCAA bracket also, and Brayton Lee beat Jakori in the round of 16. That Brayton Lee and Jakori match was super awkward.
Oh, yeah?
It was like, yeah. Well, I mean, I think Brayton Lee scored 7 push-outs. I don't think he got any takedowns, did he?
No, I think that's like the thing is
It
with
was so
Jakori,
weird.
when he has his offense going, it's like he's a difficult wrestler to wrestle when you're trailing because you're gonna play right into his game of the counter offense and then start opening yourself up a bit. But so I think a way that they were kind of defending against that is like, all right, I'm gonna get my point some way, but I'm not gonna let you go into your wheelhouse and start shooting in on you. And he gives up space a lot.
Well, he did shoot in on him, but most of his push-outs were off a shot. I guess why I thought it was so weird is he never even tried to finish the single, and I realize how dangerous Jakori is, but at some point you could be like, okay, I'm going to get close to the edge, then I'm going to try to finish, and then if I don't get it, then I'm going to push him out, but it almost felt like he never really even tried to finish, and there was a few edge sequences which were kind of could have went either way. There was a protest that got overturned. Like, it was just kind of a strange match.
I don't know if I'm thinking of the right situation, but I feel like he did try to finish one early, and then that's when Jakori kind of countered and got a score off of it. But I do get what you're saying. Like, he did concede a lot of times where he was like, he was in a decent position and just took the step out, took an easy step out in the safe way. But what I also thought was weird about that match was the inconsistent grounded calls, and it was like literally the same situation going back and forth, and it was just like getting called different ways. So it was definitely an odd one in that manner.
They got to chuck those. There were some bad grounding calls there, too.
Yeah.
Just make it
I
a
really
universal
don't know why.
thing.
Make it that if you're neutral, it's a push out. It's so simple.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just tough to get everyone on the same page with that, so just simplify.
I don't know why it's so hard. It feels so easy.
Yeah. I feel like no one cares more about the refs than us. We want.
Well, you know, our job
We're
is
trying
to
to
talk
improve-
about wrestling for 4.5 hours a week, Christian.
I
Not
know.
many people have that job.
No, but we love the refs so much that we try to make the rules.
Shout out to the
easy.
refs.
Shout out to all the refs.
We're trying to make it easier on
You know
I'm
what? I
trying to
don't
help.
like the rule makers.
Everybody
we should
gets
get in a meeting.
jerseys for players. I'm gonna start getting ref jerseys.
Wow.
That's too far.
I need a throwback.
Yeah,
I need,
21.
Hey, you gotta go UWW throwback,
21.
or FILA throwback, where you could wear the suit, or you go way back when they wore the all white, where they look like beekeepers.
Oh, that's cool.
No,
I
I
like
didn't
that.
like that outfit.
The '96 beekeeper drip.
look like-
Yo, fam.
They looked like orderlies.
Orderlies.
Yeah. I like that New York State tournaments when everybody would after like a couple of days, you found the refs that you really started to hate, and they would have the numbers, and you're like, 21 sucks. Get 21 out of here.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so as Ben mentioned, we're not going to get to all the U23s. Not even close. So don't even think about it.
We had a lot to talk about. It was a big day.
Big day.
Big day.
Why don't we get a couple questions, then some parting thoughts on our buddy Steve before we go. Does that sound good? Okay, good.
Yes.
There's just one hilarious one that I just wanted to put in here. It's no question at all, but it was in my mentions. So you've got Ben's tweet where he says, "Man, Rob Koll to Stanford is blowing my mind. Thought it was total fake news when C. Piles told me." And someone replied, "Your personality has changed, man." I was like, what does that even mean? Like, that was so hilarious. So, do you have a comment? Has your personality changed, man?
I listen. I guess maybe a year ago I would have predicted Rob Koll to Stanford. I would have seen it ahead of time. I don't know.
Yeah, so that just cracked me up.
I mean, I have a why. So you guys are blessed in the fact that the people who follow you want to like talk about wrestling, and I have people from all different backgrounds that follow me.
Yeah.
So like if I talk about wrestling, 80% don't care. If I talk about disc golf, 90% doesn't care. You know, it's very talk about Bitcoin, 60% doesn't care.
Got it. You're famous. We get it, dude.
Nice little brag there.
The pressures of fame. Okay, next. Is this a Chupacabra from Kevin Mulder?
It's 100% Chupacabra.
Oh my gosh, we got him, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it on the show a while back. Yeah, Tyler's pulling up the picture of it right now. But, I talked about it on the show a while back. The scientists have found, hairs that is from a species that they haven't identified yet. So
there you go.
That's likely a Chupacabra, yes, Kevin.
So they discover new fish all the time. Why not a mangy coyote?
Last week I'm driving. I'm going to the park into the back parking lot.
No.
I saw what I thought was a fox or a coyote.
Really?
Yeah. Scurry along and run into from like towards the building into like the grass area by the highway, right? Now, I'm more of a city slicker type. I don't know animals very well, and I'm often scared of them. So I didn't investigate all that much and get very close.
Yeah.
I let him stay away. But it could have been a Chupacabra. Now that I think about it.
Absolutely could have been.
Could have been a Chupacabra.
Okay. Maybe.
Hey, Christian, you didn't put my favorite question in the doc. I saw it while I was scrolling through Twitter last night, and it was, what's a bigger move, Koll to Stanford or Bracky to West Virginia?
Well, it's two landscape shifters for sure. I actually didn't see that, or I would have put it in for sure. I don't know. Time will tell.
Bracky to West Virginia changes my life much more.
Yeah, way more. Same here. So I'll say the Bracky move by far. Okay, since Tim Flynn loves headlocks, with him demonstrating headlock from every position on a Flow clip, classic Flow video, chance of Bracky getting head on thrown by Coach Flynn?
I think they're pretty
100%.
high.
Yeah,
I think yeah. It sounds like that's maybe a rite of passage.
Just get headlocked from bottom, top.
Exactly, from every position, and who knows? Maybe we'll see another headlock video.
Ooh, if you make another one, that'd be great. Okay. Now, see, someone's already what I was thinking. Chances Ali leaves to coach upper weights at Stanford. How would you like? So Cornell. So Ali's a man with options, obviously. So Cornell, that's his home state, right? That's more probably in line with his culture.
Where he wants to be.
Right, but
I will say that
the sunshine,
upstate New York is kind of like it's like Pennsylvania a little bit, but like
you make it sound like that's a bad thing.
No, I just mean it's very different from where I'm from. You know, it's not like it wouldn't feel as much as home as you would say, but it is New York. It is New York.
Okay, so we'll have to just wait and find out.
Stanford, I don't know. It's nice out there. Palo Alto.
Yeah.
It was in that Social Network movie too, so
that it was. Okay, because this is a funny question from Calvin Vogel. This is a good last question. What is better for absolute dominance, Iowa City duels or Pan Ams? So we love the Iowa City duels, and we are so sad that they're gone. And maybe that's why Bracky's leaving, because if we can't watch the Iowa City duels together at 10 o'clock in the morning,
then what's this all been about?
What's this all been about? Tom Brand's got rid of the Iowa City duels.
What are we doing here? Yeah.
It's one of our favorite
Really,
things.
bro?
So what do you think?
Really, bro? So I'll say I like the Iowa City duels more.
Heck yeah.
Because, I mean, some of those Pan Am guys, they didn't want to be there. They looked like they'd wrestled maybe like 1 year in their life, and they like the one guy who got doubled by Nate Jackson in the first second.
Oh my!
You could tell he was dreading that ref blowing the whistle.
Yeah,
he did not want to be there so bad. He looked at Nate Jackson and was like, "This man is gonna kill me."
Where did they find that guy?
Hey guys, I know I make jokes about my hand fighting and stuff, and it's not. I mean, well, I am a great hand fighter, but I think I might have been able to place there if I had if the right bracket placement and stuff. Also, because
you're right.
I think in Nate Jackson's weight that like one of the people got injured and somebody didn't show up. So I think I could have done better than those two.
Someone asked who our favorite roofer was. I'll say it was 100% the guy that wrestled Nate Jackson, because he didn't. I mean, he
What
was
about the guy that Gable spiked into the earth? That was
really funny because he
like
made
that
that
guy.
noise when Gable put him down.
Oh, that was nuts.
It's like, ugh.
Oh man!
Hey,
He didn't really put
guess
it
what? Guess what? Jared Cradiger's summer job is.
What?
He's
Killing
a roofer.
groundhogs? Oh,
Roofer.
man! See him at the U.S. Open for the next 30 years. Then
Dang, he's building some character.
that's good.
That sounds like a terrible job.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, it's just tough. That's gonna be a tough job. You're gonna be up in the sun.
One of the
man's living.
one of the classic.
No, I'm saying like that's he's gonna build character.
Maybe this is good your last day because the roofers are gonna come at you, man.
Yeah, we're getting the roofer
the
union.
roofer wrestling community.
If they're
are gonna be
already not
pissed.
mad at us, then-
Yeah.
You're really putting
Mitch
the cherry
Mitch
on
Hedberg
top.
had a great roofer joke. He said, "I used to be a hot tar roofer. I remember that day." That'd be a terrible job.
Oh my gosh, guys! I actually looked at 92 kg.
I'm serious.
The guy from Venezuela, after he lost in 23 seconds to the guy from Mexico, he didn't wrestle again. And then the guy from Panama, he never wrestled. So Ali, you would have taken 4th place.
Yeah, all I had to do was make the weight. All I had to do was make the weight.
92 is no problem.
You know, wait, do the math for me. Help me out.
It's like 200.
202.
Oh, I walk around like I'm bumping up.
Bump it up. You're gonna weigh in with a hoagie.
I'm gonna have to bulk job it. You know?
Good, you can wear my medium shirt after that.
Yeah, you can help me with the bicep workouts.
Okay. Well, it is 9:45. I don't want to go just yet. Maybe leave with some.
A little over.
We go a couple over the last show ever.
Yeah.
A little OT. You know. He still works here, so you know, it's not that much over.
Yeah, let's make him do crazy stuff. Today.
Yeah, just make his last day hell. I'm just kidding. Man, it's we'll definitely give Kyle the last word here before we go, but you know, I talked a little bit about it last week. It's obviously an emotional thing and a great thing, and something that I'm really excited for Bracky about. And you know, when I moved here in 2016, and I sat next to Bracky then, and that was more out of utility. It made sense. I was, you know, setting the day, and we were scheduling things, and he was running social, and so it just, from a workflow standpoint, I sat next to Bracky, and you know, we developed what was an awesome working relationship, and through all that time, it became something else, right? And something where we had a synergy that I think really helped Flo and helped us, and he gave me so much. And one of the things I'm going to miss so much about Bracky is on the professional side, he gives us so much what I call air cover, which is he is a guy that sees the whole landscape. He understands where we would have misses. He's like, hey, this is not quite right. Hey, we should be doing something here. And so that's one area I'm really going to miss Bracky. But, you know, over the last years sitting next to him, it's just, that's going to be, that's because, you know, he's a great friend. And, that's the thing that's going to be the toughest about him being gone. And I'm so glad that, 5 years ago now that we sat next to each other and we got to kind of build that relationship that turned into a friendship. Because I didn't know Bracky that well when we first started out. We'd been on some trips together, and then if you watch this show, you understand he's one of the most hilarious people. But he can hit another level when he's not behind the camera and passing everything through an intelligent filter. And those are the things. As much as he helped us, the personal side is what makes it tough. But it's going to be awesome, and that's what I keep telling myself because I know that it is true. So man, I know everyone here is thankful to have had you throughout this time, and we're gonna miss you, but we're so excited for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's way too kind. You didn't want to move here, remember?
No. I didn't want to move here. I said, and in fact, I told everyone that would listen I would never move to Austin, Texas. I did say that, and many people have reminded me that I said that. Now, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made was to move here, and the relationships you form at this place are incredible and lifelong, and I'm so glad I did because I would have missed out on our friendship and so many other things.
Yeah, same. But I just want to thank everyone here at Flow for giving me a chance when, as Ben was saying, I looked like a teenager when I did my internship, and then somehow liking me enough, I was making freaking bulging videos with Bader. It was funny. We were talking about it.
Kid knows how to bulge.
We were talking about it the other day with Bader because we're going to have internships this summer that like fulfill kids' college requirements. I was like, yeah, Bader, you actually signed my paper that helped me graduate. And he's like, oh, I did? It's like, yeah, you said that I did this internship and actually showed up. But it's funny that Bader was the one of everybody that signed the paper. Thank you to you guys for believing in me to bring me back full time when I was, 21-year-old kid. I remember I'd been here a few weeks and you came down and did something, might have been for like FPL, but you need to go back to the airport. And Bader had to go to some meeting. He was like, you taking Bracky? I was like, yeah. But I've been here like a week. I was living at Willie and Nick's apartment, and literally all of my life possessions were in the back of my Jeep. So literally, like, I had the seats folded down, and literally, it was just stuffed. And I was like, you're going to have to, you only had like a little backpack with you or something. So you rode in the front seat while literally my whole life possessions, I was like, I cannot believe I'm driving Ben Askren to the airport in this Jeep right now that is filled with everything that I have. So it's crazy how far it's come since then. But CP always, believed in me and gave me every opportunity in the world. Everyone else at Flow that has given me an opportunity and continue to. I don't even know how I ended up on a mic on FRL. Like, it was just like one day they were like, hey, why don't you just come in here and sit and like, I don't know, when Willie or TP say stuff, you just like make sure they're right. Like, and then I was like chatting them stuff like, hey, this, and next thing you know, like, they're telling me like, hey, we're gonna have a camera set up on you in the back. I was like, okay, I'm not sure how that's gonna work. And then it's like, okay, we're streaming this live to social, and you man it, and you tell us when people are saying funny things or bring up points or ask questions. So I don't even know how we got to here. And I don't know why any of you listening cared what I had to say. It always shocked me that what I said brought any value to any conversations when I might talk about wrestling and then 5 minutes later I'm talking about Avril Lavigne being dead and she's been replaced by a lady named Melissa. So yeah, I don't know, I'm rambling here, but just thank you everyone. It's been awesome. I'm not leaving wrestling. I'm still gonna be in it. I'll still hopefully be on FRL every now and then, and hopefully see you at tournaments when fans are back, and hopefully hopefully I can give you a new team to cheer for. I know wrestling fans are awesome and they like to get behind programs that maybe aren't the blue bloods or haven't had the most success. But hopefully we're going to change that and get into the conversation in the Big 12, and any of your support would be appreciated. So just thank you. I shout out to Colby too, who's here. I feel bad. He just kind of sat there the whole time, not getting a chance to speak. But I started working on Flow Football, I don't know, 2017 maybe, 18 I think. And I was really excited about the opportunity. Obviously, I love football, and we were really starting to get into college football. And Colby let me dive in with him, and we had a show Bootleg, and he let me come on and just ramble about college football and sometimes West Virginia and sometimes Green Bay, and like get my thoughts out. So shout out to Colby for letting me do that and work on football. I really enjoyed that and our football trips together. So thank you for that, sir.
Yeah, I think everybody's well aware of your contributions to wrestling, but what some of this audience may not know is that I have really no idea how I'm going to replace you this fall on football either. As a co-pilot on content road trips, but also obviously in the studio doing Colonial Time or Bootleg every week. I don't know. I guess maybe see if Ollie knows anything about football. I don't know.
I don't know.
Options are a little limited here.
How come check on football, you know? Yeah, hell yeah, the gridiron.
Yeah. It's going to go great. I'm sure
it's going to be awesome.
So I didn't know I was actually going to have a microphone or be on camera for this. I might have brushed my hair for your last show. So don't feel bad. Just wanted to witness history and greatness.
I think that's it. I'll stop rambling now. Once again, thank you guys so much. It's been awesome. Received so many messages and just well wishes, and I'm gonna miss the chat. Everyone in there, gonna miss the chat. You guys are awesome. It was crazy to me that people would wake up with us, and sit there and talk with us. And everywhere we went, someone would tell us something about FRL that they liked or their thoughts on something, or even if they didn't agree with us or something. But it was awesome to have that community, and I'm really going to miss it. And, I've talked to everyone on the content team about it, but that was the toughest part of this, was saying bye to you guys. You're not just coworkers. None of us view this as a job. You know what I mean? Like, we have much more pride in it than someone that's just coming in here punching a clock 9 to 5. It's kind of who we are, and it's what we love. And so that's what's going to be tough. It was a lot of fun being on that team with you guys. It really is like a team. It's like back on we're on a college team or a high school team when you're really close to those individuals, and that's what it felt like. And I'm really going to miss that and miss you guys. But you guys are going to continue to do awesome things and continue to change wrestling and keep it growing. So, yeah.
Get the last word. Play us out.
What do I say?
I don't know.
Hail Dovey.
Yeah. Thank you guys for everything. Let's go Mountaineers.
Hey.